I think that the kind of events that have unfolded with the previous storyline may be the reason that the next storyline happens, if you know what I mean. So potentially we're thinking of rockets onwards. We're thinking of that kind of Big Bang onwards. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah. I could see that.
I mean, do you have your own theory in terms of what you think the next storyline is going to be about?
I'm completely drawing blanks here because they left it so, to me at least, it feels like it's really, really just open-ended and anything could happen. They could really take it anywhere they wanted. And specifically with the time period of being in the future, that just really blows it open for me, you know? And
I think, I mean, we were talking about it earlier, it does seem like it will be in the future, merely because, I mean, even if we think of Black Ops and the kind of weapons arsenal that was available, that was set in a very specific period. Not the wonder weapons, but the kind of actual generic armory that we have at our disposal was set in a very specific period. So, you know, I was talking with Reed, you won't have heard it yet because it won't have gone up yet, but we were talking about the ideas of like a Victorian map for zombies, just ideas like bouncing around. We weren't saying this is going to be anything, but like a Victorian map for zombies. But it would mean Treyarch would have to code an entirely different arsenal just for that one map,
exactly.
Which isn't going to happen. That's never going to happen. I mean, there's not enough time in the world to do that kind of stuff. I mean, I think they find it hard enough coding 1 or 2 wonder weapons per map rather than an entire 65 weapon arsenal. I don't think
exactly.
Yeah. But we've seen the map from the trailer. Let's talk about that rather than the achievements and stuff. We've seen that, and it looks again like it's set in a period that isn't potentially now. However, it doesn't mean that it's not now. Because even if the buildings are from 1950, it doesn't mean that we're not experiencing those buildings as they've been left from the 50s. It doesn't mean that at all.
Exactly.
So I think potentially we are looking at a map that at least the first map, without any MPD and all that nonsense chucked into. I think we're looking at a map that is in the present in terms of the storyline of Black Ops. I think we're looking at 2025 to 2029. I think that's what we're looking at anyway. So yeah, that would work for me. I think the weapons look cool. I think they'd be looking cool, upgraded as well. I think that they'll have. Actually, that's something Reed and I did touch on. What are you thinking about Pack-a-Punch skins? Did you like Black Ops' adopted Pack-a-Punch skins, or?
They kind of seemed a little weird to me. Yeah. They seemed a bit generic almost. It wasn't too different. It was just kind of shiny and red, and it looked half-assed almost.
Right.
I got a max ammo here if you want to toss a monkey or something.
Sweet. Okay. Keep it. Don't get it. Oh, you got it.
Sorry, son of a bitch. Sorry.
It's alright, no worries. Don't need these anyway. Any particular thing you like to see, and would you? Another good question is: would you like to see Pack-a-Punch ammo enter the multiplayer arena as a prestige end of kind of prestige's token, if you want to call it that?
As in doing more damage, or as in just
exactly the same, just like gold. You know, just the kind of standard Call of Duty gold camo.
Oh, you're saying okay, camo.
Yeah. Sorry, no, not the Wunder weapons actually enter, and no, and not Pack-a-Punch weapons. That would be cool though. I'd love that. That would be really.
You're saying like the Pack-a-Punch skin entering.
Yeah, the camo, just a kind of camo. Yeah. What do you think about that?
That'd be cool, as long as people realize that. You know, that doesn't mean that zombies takes place the same as multiplayer.
I know, and that's the thing. I know linking. You know? People like to link. Yeah, that's true. Actually, I didn't think of that.
It's like, there's a teddy bear on Modern Warfare 3. Holy fuck, it's zombies, guys. It's like, no.
So, no. See, I'd like that. I think I'd actually bother playing to the end of Prestiges if that was the reward. You know, I'd
it'd be a damn good reward.
Yeah, because I don't bother with gold. I think it looks shit in Modern Warfare 3 at least. Anyway, I just think... And in Black Ops, I didn't even like it very much, apart from the G11. I didn't think it looked very good, so... I'd be very, very happy to play to the end of Prestige if it was a Pack-a-Punch. camo, that would be cool.
Now, talking about the pack-a-punch in zombies, would you like to see double pack-a-punching of weapons? Or at least some weapons?
I think in terms of double, and there's a couple of versions of double, I'd like to see a way to independently source attachments. So various attachments that you like. I don't think double should, like, a lot of people think that when I because I have mentioned that before, they immediately assume that I'm talking about like double damage, double reload time and all that kind of stuff. And I'm not, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about kind of what the effects are, the kind of doubled effect, which I think would be slightly more customization in terms of what you could potentially attach to the weapon. That would be cool. But a double, no, I'm not convinced. Unless it is exactly what I just said in terms of the attachments and stuff. I don't think I'd bother with that, to be honest. No.
Yeah, I'd love to see attachments added. It would definitely add something different.
I wonder where the hell you were then. I just looked up to the sky and saw your name. That was really freaky. That was very creepy. Creepy lad. Oh. So, I mean, is that what you were talking about in terms of double pack-a-punch? That's what you're talking about?
I mean, because to me, if you double pack-a-punch and then it does double damage and double reload, I don't know, not good enough. And if it just changes the look, that's not good enough. So maybe you pop it in one pack-a-punch, you get your standard upgrade, but then on top of that, you put it in again, and then you can get an attachment. Maybe a pack-a-punched attachment to it.
Yeah, that's quite good. A pack-a-punch.
At the same time, I'd like to see maybe an attachment machine. So then you're making the choice, well, do I want to go for a pack-a-punch, or do I want to risk my chance on getting an attachment, because maybe you can have rare attachments.
I like that.
I don't know.
That's good. I think something that we may have seen, well, you probably have seen from what we won't talk about for fear of this video getting ripped down, is it equipment that has been mentioned? The word equipment. And again, there's no proof to say that what we saw was real, but it stems a really interesting kind of topic, like the idea of equipment in zombies. And I'm not talking about like satchel charges or anything. Where is the box? Is it in there now?
It's in the okay. I don't know what number this is.
MP40. Yeah. Again, I've just completely lost my train of thought. This is a good fucking thing, isn't it? What was I just talking about? Can you remember?
Not attachments, equipment.
Equipment, yeah. Do you think that could potentially mean something that you... What I really like the idea of... I've been playing DayZ a lot, like a kind of DayZ-aholic. And
that game is...
The kind of ability to go around and pick up various things that spawn in randomly. I like that. And I was thinking about a way that it could, in some way... be transferred into a large map in zombies like we're expecting. And if you think of the next zombies as a kind of DayZ-esque size, which it's not going to be, but you know, that kind of map, I think going around and finding equipment to do certain things, like fixing, potentially without naming any type of vehicle, a particular vehicle or something like that, that's interesting. Like having to do a quest that if you can't do that quest, it would... Not only you wouldn't get something, but not doing it would fuck you over. Kind of like with Moon and Shangri-La and Call of the Dead and Killing George multiple times and all that. Everyone's done it. We've all been there. It gives you something. It gives you something positive. You don't have to do it, but it gives you something positive. I like the idea of if you don't do it in time, the game becomes harder. Maybe not harder, but you are at an extreme disadvantage.
Yeah,
than if you had done it. Do you like the idea of that? I think that's quite cool to play with.
And stuff like that is great because it changes up the very formula of zombies itself as a game mode. Because as it is now, it's almost getting repetitive. It's just...
Oh, it is completely repetitive. I mean, that is what...
It's a grinding of getting perks, weapons, and then you just run in a circle. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So...
do you like it? I mean, do you still enjoy playing zombies? I mean, you don't have to say, yes, I know one of the largest YouTubers that I can think of now absolutely despises playing zombies. He hates it. He hates the idea of it. And this is someone who was kind of born of zombies. And, you know, he was, I'm not going to say who it is, but it's someone who went from kind of being zombies at one point to now hates it and cannot play it, and will play it when Black Ops 2 comes out, but just does not like it at all. See, I haven't had that. I've been playing zombies kind of all the way through. Custom maps got me through, and coming back to Black Ops, doing little kind of without perk challenges and stuff like that have always got me through, and kind of making the game my own by setting my own set of rules, you know, like a lot of people do, the kind of challenges, and I like doing that. But have you lost zombies? Is zombies now, is it too little too late for you now? I mean, are you getting bored by the current set of zombies, or?
No, I absolutely love zombies, and I'll always support it no matter really. Yeah. There could be a group of 50 people playing zombies. I would still play it and still love it and speak good about Treyarch, just because I feel like I've put so much time into it that it's a part of me now. And I'm sure a lot of other people feel the same way.
Yeah, that's good.
Now, that's not to say that to a degree it does need some evolution, I think, just to keep the game interesting and keep it able to progress.
Absolutely.
In Black Ops, we saw some changes, but when it goes down to the bare formula, Deriz is not that much different from the Black Ops maps, other than the fact that there's other stuff to do.
Yeah.
So hopefully in Black Ops 2, we see those type of things, you know, where you have to do this or it becomes more challenging, or you're making these decisions between one or the other, and in the end, it's going to impact how it plays. Yeah. You know.
That's good.
So it definitely needs some of that.
I think with evolution, people worry, twice in, are you fucking kidding? I think people assume that evolution will... I'm going to explain what I mean backwards. I think people don't like the idea of zombies getting harder, and I think at Treyarch they are very keen to keep even the youngest of players, potentially even people who shouldn't be playing this game, on board. And I think by making the game inherently easier, in like inverted commas, however you do that with zombies, I'm not quite sure, but I think keeping that formula, like the ability to rape train, I mean, a monkey could do it, and monkeys do it. I mean, I've seen some of the fucking people on YouTube, and seriously, they look like apes.
Yeah.
And I just think, you know, I'd like to see it far more challenging. I've made my own little... I even sent a load of stuff to Treyarch, and I know that they got it, so I don't know if they're using it, but hopefully they are. I like my own ways of making zombies more difficult, like some things that won't happen potentially in Black Ops 2, like, you know what I really liked? To make it more natural, the idea that a gun could jam, and it's been an idea that I've been kind of toying with, and it's in a couple of games that I've played before. Gun jams, you know what I mean, when it doesn't fire. I like the idea of being in more realistic kind of gameplay. I like the idea of being within a horde of zombies and kind of realizing that my gun isn't firing. I like that. I think ways to make the game slightly more difficult is good, like having the zombies untrainable, like in a way that I've mentioned. There are a couple of ways to do it, and there's a certain architecture which I've actually seen in custom maps which people have changed, and it's worked to ensure that zombies can't be trained. And I think that would be good. I mean, training kind of ruined zombies in a way. It ruined zombies in a way. It kind of got a load of people on board because they couldn't get to those rounds before, but they could when they